Hi. And another thing about the new Fender models that just came in. Fender's reintroduced the Vintage series. We mentioned this in a previous video, and now we're going to tell you again, there is some cool basses out there. First off, we just got in some of these Mustang basses, and these are not American made, but they're good high quality Mustang basses. They got kind of a relic vibe in them. They're short scale, both in the Daphne blue. Now Daphne blue is a little darker than Sonic blue. Daphne like the flower, right? And then black, not like the flower. And these are $12.99 for these, and they're kind of a road worn vibe. But short scale basses are coming back. A lot of guys, the Stones, I would say half the set, the Rolling Stones, the bass players whose name escaped me, was playing a Mustang bass. But this came in. Now this is the first time I think Fender has reintroduced a regular standard early P bass, and the very first P basses were kind of, you know, when the Telecaster came out, the bass was right after that. That revolutionized music. The first basses made rock and roll possible, because you no longer had to take a big stand-up bass. You could now have a precision fretted bass and carry it in a skinny case, and that means you could drive a smaller vehicle. Honestly, I think it had a lot to do with rock and roll, because you're driving the band with a bass. So we are playing right now through a 1971 Ampeg B15n, and the B15 is kind of a legendary amp. It's two power tubes and a tube rectifier. It's very much a very organic tube amp. Ampeg always made amps that they figured was better than Fender, a little more fidelity. They would use, generally speaking, higher grade tubes and build the amplifier section around those higher grade, higher fidelity tubes. And so you have this 2-channel amplifier, you have a bright and normal channel, and then these little rocker switches on top. You have these high pass filters, and it just gives you a little more high end. It's hard to hear there without it being up. And then you also have this kind of a muted, more of a stand-up sound with the low pass. So it's ultra low, ultra high on these rocker switches here. Otherwise, they're pretty simple. It's just volume, treble, bass, the nicest way to build an amplifier. For any of you that have a home studio, for any of you that have a studio, owning one of these is really a great investment to have, because it's just rich and tubey sounding, and these days with all the digital power sections that are in most of the amplifiers these days, it's nice to have that bloom on the note. So, I am no bass player, and I don't pretend that I am. This is a new American Vintage 1954, and then in 54 came the Stratocaster, and so they did the body contours on the 54. This is a transitional bass, and it's the first time Fender's made this version of that American-made single coil bass, and it's nice to see it back. And these are not crazy money. This is $22.50 for this, and they do come with a nice case. And then this, of course, is the new 1960 P bass. These come in a couple of different colors. This particular one, these are 21. That's 2099, and we have to add this or they yell at us. 0.99. That's a penny away from $2,100. Quality American-made stuff, and of course the split coil pickup made it hum canceling, and this came out really before the Gibson humbucker, but that split coil gives you also a broader magnetic field. You get a little less percussion out of it that you do on this bass, but you do get that wider, broader magnetic field, which gives you a more deeper bottom end. bass on this. It's just got this really warm bloom to the note. So there you go. This video is really about the new American series that is now out. We've got a few things in stock. We've got a few more coming. There's a Telecaster, there's a Stratocaster, there's a Telecaster thin line, there's a Jazzmaster, and then just in, we've got a few new basses from Fender, and these are all moderately priced. These two American made, and then those two Fender Mustangs in that $12.99 mark, and we just, figured let's do a video about that. And so there it is.